You better watch out if your enemies are rolled ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me. And he gets caught real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the score. Never getting bored, lots of blood and gore. Always wanting more freedom from the source. They don't really listen until they feel it for their blood in. If you start shit, you be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped. You be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't bright, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it.
So Obama's talking about all of this with the global warming and that, and a lot of it's a hoax. It's a hoax. They didn't know what to say, so they made up the whole Russia hoax. Now it's turning out that the hoax has turned around. A brilliant jurist, a man that did nothing wrong, a man that was caught up in a hoax that was set up by the Democrats. I think we had a tremendous week with the hoax, you know, the great hoax. They call it the impeachment hoax. Now the Democrats are politicizing the coronavirus. You know that, right? Coronavirus. Think of it. And this is their new hoax. There is nobody that feels more strongly about our soldiers, our wounded warriors, our soldiers that died in war than I do. It's a hoax. With this unhinged insurrection hoax that we're all going through now, but with this insurrection hoax that they're doing, but the insurrection hoax, the radical Democrats are putting our country into a two-tiered system of justice because the public understands it's a hoax, it's a scam, it's a political witch hunt. I call it the Epstein hoax. It takes a lot of time and effort.
One of these things is different than the other. Well,
what's up, everybody? So on tonight's episode, we're going to talk about the fact that Donald Trump's buddy Rupert Murdoch could be his downfall. We're going to go over that and a lot more. We got the MAGA family that fled to Russia to get away from all the gayness and the transness in America. They effed around and found out because the dad has now been deployed, conscripted into the Russian army, drafted. And I have some videos of that. We have some good news. The founder of the Heritage Foundation is dead. Yay! Something to actually celebrate about. I'm not usually into celebrating people's deaths, but since he is the reason that we have what we have today as far as Project 2025, he is the originator of it all. And we're going to talk about
that other guy, the radio guy that died a couple years ago. What's his name?
What was his name? I don't know.
Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah, Rush Limbaugh.
Cheer anytime people like that die. Cheer for it.
I know, right? And then we're also going to talk about Donald Trump's newest distraction, I guess. They're desperately trying to get away from this Epstein stuff. But with the new audio that just came out today, yesterday or today, that is going to be very difficult to do because the more people look into Donald Trump's past, the more they see the pattern of Donald Trump likes young women. And according to this new audio, he does not have an age limit.
It's bad.
Yeah, this is really bad. Anyway, before we get into all that, I just really wanted to show you guys. This is from my local community here. Let me go ahead and pull it up on screen just so you guys can see it. ICE is in my town too. Of 35,000 people, we got ICE taking people off of a roof. That are working. You know, the hardworking people of this community are being targeted, and they're being racially profiled. It's all it is. It's 100% being racially profiled. Tulsi Gabbard claims, no, of course not. We're not racially profiling. But Tom Homan's out there like, yeah, we are racially profiling. So they need to get their freaking stories straight. And it wasn't so much the story I wanted to show you guys. It was more so the comments, because this article I found on Facebook. These are some of the comments just to see, like, please go to Hazleton and Wilkes-Barre, bring a lot of buses. And then you got Shane Whitman down here. Thanks, Trump, for keeping your campaign promises. And then James Pope, nice underneath there, put the list with a question mark.
Yep.
You know
Well,
what though? It's funny. Like these people have completely forgot about the Epstein files now. Now over this new distraction that Donald Trump is throwing out there.
Yeah, which we can't let happen. We have to make sure it's the story. But the thing that always blows my mind about these kind of ICE, detainments and arrests and the Gestapo going throughout the area is like they want to brag so much about how their job is so dangerous and they're always putting their lives at risk for their country. I put my life at risk every day for this country to arrest a fucking roofer.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? And the cops out
Right.
here in LA did the same thing. I took my dog to a park that I take him to all the time, and I passed somebody that also, it's not supposed to be off leash, but generally speaking, everyone has their dog off leash, and it's a good time.
Right.
It's a good time. So now the cops were there and telling people to put their dogs on leash or they would be ticketed. And it's like, these are the same cops that you say, hey, I pay your salary. And then they're just like, well, I keep you safe. I keep you safe. Fucking dog sniffing my dog's ass.
Right? Yeah, that's crazy. So, all right, the first thing I want to talk about, first story. This is a story I've been following actually for a while, and that is this MAGA family that thought that moving to Russia was the solution. They thought they were tired of the anti-white discrimination in America. Yes, that is why they moved there. So I have a little clip, and I think I can't remember what channel this is from on here on YouTube. And then I actually went to they go by the Huffman family. They're actually the vloggers, and their channel is all about their journey to Russia. And I have a couple clips of when they first went to Russia as opposed to now, and you'll see a very distinct difference in the tone of the video. So first, here's this clip.
They are going to put him on the front lines. So
there is a pervasive ideology in this country that is causing the dumbest people you know to make the dumbest decisions of their lives, and I, for one, welcome it. Here's the headline from the Daily Beast: anti-woke dad who fled with family to Russia sent to war zone. Oh, just too good. Because the more these MAGA Republicans find out like this, the less they'll fuck around and ruin the rest of our lives. This vlogging family moved to Russia from the United States, of all places, to escape anti-white discrimination and his kids being indoctrinated by the LGBTQ, which is a bit like leaving Antarctica because it's starting to get a bit too hot and stuffy. But now this idiot is getting the ultimate karma, having to fight in the Russian army on the front lines. And then his wife has the audacity to try to farm sympathy from their audience of conservative Americans about how her husband was lied to by the Russian military. Like, duh.
Duh.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. This guy flees and goes over there, and he's now going to war with, where Russia is basically telling you, like, take all your equipment, you bring everything, you bring it, and you do war. We go back and we have chicken in tent. Like, that's how the Russian generals are. And then, like, for what? You went to go to war because you saw a person with blue hair? Oh, God. That's so much worse than what you're dealing with now.
I know. And you know, it's funny. They actually made a video while in Russia criticizing Russia, and the authorities showed up at their door. Because
that
guess what you cannot do in Russia, and that is criticize anything.
Yeah.
Has to do with the government. That is
but
a
that
big
shit
no-no.
didn't happen here. They were out there running their fucking MAGA mouths, talking bad about immigrants and Muslims and all this other shit. Not one fucking call from the feds.
Right.
And then they go over there and it's knock, hello. Are you home? We would like to have word. Sit down in chair before I shoot, you know.
All right. So here is a video, one of their vlogging video or their whatever it is. Is vlogging still a thing? So here is when they here's her. It's usually the wife, and she's talking here about how great it is and why they left America for Russia. This is so good.
I think by any means that's what we're here for. We are just grateful. We are grateful for the opportunity. We are grateful for the privilege. We are just so blessed at this point in our lives to be away from the things that we feel are disrupting our children's lives and trying to change who our children are. We do not believe in some of the things that are happening in the schools or being shown on TV, and we do not want to indoctrinate our children in those kinds of things.
Two dudes.
We want them to be young and innocent for as long as possible,
Donald
because
Trump.
we don't grow too fast anyways. So we want to be able to enjoy their childhood and their lives that we have as they are still children. They are making friends, and we are so grateful for that, because we also believe that having the assimilation process is going to help them learn faster, be able to have the language skills they need, and hopefully go to school in September. Again, if you have something you would like to share with us, we would love to hear it.
Okay, if you guys would like to share anything with these idiots, it's the Huffman family on YouTube.
Again, God forbid they saw like one gay couple kiss, and now all of a sudden they had to leave the fucking country and get like their first year there, get knocked on the door by the feds and told to shut the fuck up. Like,
that is hilarious.
Karma. You know what?
I don't feel bad for people like this anymore.
I wish that father every bit of pain and misery that he has ever caused people here in the States.
Agree.
And he's in a war zone, so
100% agree. All right, so again, like you just said, he is currently in a war zone. Well, he is in a war zone. I think he's still training, maybe. I'm not sure if he's been put on. Oh, no. They said that he's being put on the front lines.
Yeah.
So you remember how she's talking right there, how blessed they are, how happy they are. Yeah. Well, the tone is just a bit different in this new video, and I'll go ahead and I can pause this if anytime you want to break this down. So let's put this on stage here.
So, a few things I wanted to talk about. We have been trying to get everything set up for a day-to-day life, and I have been asked to do about 5 interviews since the last one I posted, and I have told them all no right now, because unfortunately, I don't have the time. I don't have the mental thought process for it right now. I am doing a lot of praying.
That's always the answer.
Wow. She's going to get a rude ass wake up call.
Can you tell, though, the tone of her voice? She sounds terrified. Like, just say you messed up. Just say, look.
And they can't come back
now. They can't. Yeah, they can't come back.
Russia not going to let them come back.
No, they are trapped in Russia. So enjoy.
And a lot of just trying to figure things out. Unfortunately, with my husband being gone, it is put a different mental thought process, and it is very difficult. And I knew it would be. I'm just staying strong, and I'm praying a lot, and I'm trying really hard to not let it waver my faith, and that is really hard.
Doesn't it sound like she's trying to convince herself? Like...
Yeah, I was going to say the same. This is her internal monologue, like being delivered to a mirror.
Right.
You know?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
We're going to be okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
No panic.
No panicking. Everyone, no panicking.
It was really hard. He's been in training for a couple of weeks, and we thought because he had welding certificates and really good background in construction and welding that he would be put in a spot that would be safe or safer, and utilize his experiences.
No, you're not special.
But unfortunately, we're not sure that that's what is going to happen. So I'm trying to continue to trust the Lord and pray.
That's the third time
mentally,
in a minute and a half that she said a prayer. She's gonna pray. She's honestly just out of options and doesn't know what else to do.
What else?
That's what you get. That's what you get. Enjoy Russia. That's how Russia is. Okay, you don't have choices in Russia. They want you to go fight on the front line. Guess what? You go fight on the front line, or they make you fall out of a window accidentally. Brina, I wanted to talk about Brina's comment real quick. I totally agree. I think it's the entire Epstein thing, because I'm actually going to talk about it here in a little bit.
Which comment did she say?
She said that they're going to 25th Amendment him. This is the Epstein thing is going to be the reason. A lot of people are starting to think that Peter Thiel, J.D. Vance, the Heritage Foundation, Rupert Murdoch are all working to kind of towards that end game, because the JD Vance has always been the plan. Donald Trump was just means to an end. They needed Donald Trump's base, so they put JD Vance with them, got Donald Trump in, and now they don't need Donald Trump anymore. They truly don't need him. He is disposable at this point. He doesn't realize it, and this Epstein thing is going to be the end of him. I'm pretty sure either the ghost of Epstein's going to kill him or his health, one or the other. But I don't, or the 20, they're going to 25th Amendment him. But Donald Trump's not going to see. I don't think he's going to be president by the end of this year, personally. What do you think?
I'm not convinced on that just yet, because Trump talked with the Murdochs, not Rupert, I don't think, or maybe it was JD. Maybe it was JD. It was JD Vance or Trump talked to the Fox execs, telling them to tone down the Epstein coverage, and then they did. And then the Wall Street Journal came out with their thing, but Fox Fake News still isn't backing it. So until you see the entire Murdoch fake news empire pushing this story, so once it starts, like Fox goes hostile and stays hostile, same with Wall Street Journal, then I can see that shaping up. But we've seen this so many times where Fox and Trump have had their little marital spats. And then they mend the relationship because they need each other. They're symbiotic parasites. They feed off of each other. Yep. They're the ultimate intestinal worm of the other, like the Ouroboros of intestinal worms is what these people are. They need each other. So I personally don't see that happening yet. Not for a while.
I don't think. Well, let's say he will definitely not finish his term. He's not going to last that long. There's no way.
I think his age will take him out before
anything. Yeah, before anything. Yeah. So, all right. Before we talk about that, though, let's talk about some good news. The founder of the Heritage Foundation has kicked the bucket. Yay, Edward Fieldner. Sounds like a Nazi last name, doesn't it? Fieldner.
Yep. Immigrated from Argentina.
Yeah. All right. So, Heritage Foundation founder Edward Fieldner has died at 83. The conservative think tank. I hate that they call it that. They just sit around and think of ways to take over the government, so they call him a think tank. Yep. But anyway, who was he? I don't really care about the rest of that stuff. He was an American political scientist and one of the co-founders of the Heritage Foundation. Became its president in 1977 and served in that role until 2013. I think Kevin Roberts took over, right? Under his leadership, Heritage grew from a small organization into a powerful policy institution that played a significant role in shaping Republican agendas since Ronald Reagan. Yep. I was going to say the next line in this sentence. I was going to, especially during the administration of former President Ronald Reagan. Heritage Foundation, Project 2025 is not new. It's just the one that we found out about. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the plan that they were dumb enough to put on the internet and for everybody to see. But they've been trying to install this, and this is Nazism. Okay, this is not fascism. This is not conservatism. This is full blown a Nazi agenda, and they've been trying to do this since the 80s. But yeah, we all know who the Heritage Foundation is. We all know what they're about. But luckily, one of their leaders is now gone. It's a good start. It's not the news I want. It's not the person I wanted to wake up and see who died, but that one I'm
take what we can get.
I know, right? At this point, we just gotta take it in stride. So, but no, nothing to be sad about there, for sure. I can't stand the Heritage Foundation. They are awful, god awful people. And for, Trump claimed to never know about them. He sure has a lot of their people working in his cabinet.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't know. But they've implemented, actually, you know what? The reason we're in this position is because during the last Trump administration, the Heritage Foundation was able to actually implement 2/3 of the policies they wanted to. They were able to get a lot of judges and stuff put into place because they're the ones that make the recommendations. They're the ones that run the show. Where the heck did that come from? So, you know what I mean? They're the ones calling all the shots. They're the ones writing the policies. Donald Trump doesn't know what he's signing ever.
Yeah.
Okay. So who do you think is writing all these policies? Who do you think had all of these executive orders ready for Donald Trump to sign on day one? Heritage Foundation. They are behind all of this. And everybody couldn't figure out who is JD Vance and why is he the vice president nominee. That's because the Heritage Foundation wanted him to be there because he is Peter Thiel's little puppet. He has groomed, Peter Thiel has groomed JD Vance since college for this moment. Quite literally, this moment, so they could put in their technocratic monarchy, which we've talked about before, where they believe that high status white males, specifically engineers and science, or not scientists, but engineers and tech bros, should run the world and this country. They want to run it like a business. They want to make it profitable, which is not what the government is supposed to be about. It's not supposed to be a for-profit business. You know what I'm saying? So, and part of that, is Doge played a big part in that because Doge stole the information from all the internal systems, hands it over to Peter Thiel, and Peter Thiel now is using Palantir to monitor us all in real time, including like social media and all that stuff. That's all part. Surveillance is part of this technocratic monarchy that they want to put into place. Mm-hmm. And the technocracy stuff, the technocratic monarchy, is based 100% in Nazism and white nationalism and Christian nationalism. It is nothing but that. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's terrifying how close they are to truly gaining power, because right now they still have to deal with Trump, who is unpredictable at best. You know what I'm saying? Like, it depends on what mood he's in. When he wakes up in the morning, who he's going to go after that day? Rosie O'Donnell, Obama? Is he going after Hillary? Who knows? Who knows what the day will bring? You know what I mean? But these people are behind the scenes plotting. They're very smart. Okay, they're not idiots like Donald Trump and his administration and his cabinet. The people at the Heritage Foundation are not stupid. And they've been playing the long game. They've been playing this game since the 80s. They finally found a president dumb enough to just let them take over and run everything from behind the scenes. Like, they are actually the deep state. And I never believed in this whole deep state bullshit, but we quite literally now have the deep state. We have the thought police. We have a company monitoring us using AI in real time, like, for real. That's not a joke. That's actually happening. But yeah, it's kind of terrifying, but it is what it is. I guess it's just kind of the world we live in these days. So
yeah, what a great world.
I know. What are you gonna do?
Back to the Future showed us with like flying cars by 2025. We can't even get like free healthcare. It's fucking insane what we got into.
I know. We can pay for Israel's free healthcare, but we can't get it for ourselves. Figure that one out. So.
Makes me think of that meme where it's always like, we shouldn't be giving money to immigrants. We should help the people here first. Okay, well, can you help the people here first? Fuck you.
No, no, right? No. We can't do that. What are you talking about? Again, in America, it's socialism if you help people with nothing, but if you give companies bailouts and government subsidies, that's capitalism. That's good business. Mm-hmm. Make it make sense. You know what I mean? So, all right, you know what? Let's talk about this whole Rupert Murdoch thing, because I got an article pulled up that I thought was pretty good. So let me go ahead and add that to the screen here. Could Rupert Murdoch bring down Donald Trump? A court case threatens more than just their relationship. Now, this is not the only thing Donald Trump has to worry about, because Ghislaine Maxwell could spill the beans. She could get immunity and go. Oh my God, that's crazy. All right, so first let's start with the Rupert Murdoch one. All right, so if Rupert Murdoch becomes a white knight standing up to a randomly bullying U.S. president, the world has moved into the upside down.
For real,
This is, after all, the media mogul whose U.S. television network Fox News actively supported Donald Trump's big lie in the 2020 presidential. But that's true. They supported Donald Trump to the tune of about 1.2 billion lawsuit for doing so far, paying out. That's crazy. It's also supplied several members of Donald Trump's inner circle, including now controversial defense secretary. They shouldn't put controversial, they just put incompetent. You know what I mean? Because this is like the stuff the DOD's posting on Twitter. This is under the first
Just
6
like
months of the
total
Trump
online
administration.
brain. Stupid.
Right. Well, look at the picture. Look at the picture. This is
That
a
is so
DOD
pathetic.
account. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
It's so V for Vendetta. Remember how they had those big pictures of the
I
prime
just
minister?
watched that movie the other day
Just
after
like it.
years. And
Yeah.
like when I was a kid watching that movie, I didn't get it. You know what I mean? I never understood the underlying message that was there. But I watched it the other day and I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah, that and Andor. Yeah.
I honestly I was creeped out. I was freaking out a little bit after watching that. But no, this is the stuff they're posting. Look at this. Donald Trump with huge muscles, an eagle
so
in the background, and like, oh my God, man.
It's so pathetic. My God. It actually hurts my eyes to see that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the comments never fail. Stop talking about the Epstein list. All right. Anyway, back to the story. Sorry, I got sidetracked there. So Donald. All right. So we can just talk about it. We know some of the details here. So Donald Trump sued Rupert Murdoch for what? $10 billion. $10 billion.
God, we are becoming more Austin Powers universe than we're ever getting close to like Star Trek Utopia. You know?
Wait, where's the video? I gotta find. I keep forgetting to find that video because I want to compare the clips of from Austin Powers when Scotty runs out of the room and they're like,
"Oh yeah," and Vance
with JD Vance running. But also, there's this when Forrest Gump starts. And I want to compare and see which one is closer and make a little montage there. But
I think the Scotty one, I'm seeing it in my head, and I definitely saw that from the JD Vance run.
Yeah, but what in your head would be like, you know what, $10 billion? What did Jesus numbers are just getting absolutely absurd.
It's just making shit up because no one's holding him to account. You know, the Democrats aren't going to make it an issue.
Not at all.
Judge is just going to sit there and be a little placating little bitch. So, like, why wouldn't he, you know, at this point?
And, you know, all of this stuff could have came out before the election. So, like, I think Brina's right. I think this is all by design. You know what I mean? They could have crushed Donald Trump's presidential run at any moment. And
the Democrats could have used it, too. They could have used they have had almost 10 years of this Epstein stuff to make use of it. And the Democrats have actively chosen not to until now. Suddenly, they found their spine.
Decorum. We have decorum. Blah, blah, blah. We don't care about that, man. Like, seriously, if I would have been Kamala Harris, I would have talked about Jeffrey Epstein every campaign speech. I would have had a giant billboard behind me with a picture of Donald Trump and Epstein on every rally on TV
it's
screens.
So easy. Yeah.
Every ad would have been like, Donald Trump was best friends with a pedophile.
Yeah, you know honestly, that's a pretty damn good reason to vote the other way.
I'm saying, like, for real. But again, we have his health is in question. I don't know if you saw this picture, James, but this is the bruised hand, but the inside of the hand. This is not the first time I've showed this yesterday. This is not the first time I've seen Donald Trump with sores on his hands.
What the hell is that from?
Well, they claimed originally from a few months back when it was first, we did a wave and you could see it. And they said it was from a golfing. That's not right. Donald Trump does not play that much golf that you would have actual like blisters or shit like that. And then the Caroline Levitt claims the bruising is from vigorous handshaking. However, a lot of people, and I have looked this up, it could be, and I'm not saying it is for sure, but it could very well be late stage syphilis. It could explain why he's going a bit nuts too. And a lot of people throughout history have had syphilis, like Al Capone. The guy talks about Al Capone a lot. They have a lot in common, including late stage syphilis, possibly, maybe. I can't say for sure. For legal reasons.
The syphilis has been a rumor around Trump for a very long time.
Right. That's what I mean. And we know he's probably done some pretty disgusting things with women, possibly, most likely, yes, underage girls. So yeah, but anyway, also then we have the picture of his cankles, which you and me talked about before. That looks really bad. And they claim it's because of a penis deficiency. The Venus deficiency. I just like saying he has a penis deficiency. Stormy Daniels said he does have a penis deficiency, so maybe it's both.
A little tiny mushroom one.
Yeah, right. So anyway, let's get to it. Some of these videos are insane. Like there's a video. I don't know who this is. If anybody knows, let me know. But she claims she is victim number 27 from Donald Trump for sexual assault. So here we go.
I'm considered number 27. I'm Donald Trump's 27th sexual assault victim. When I was doing Sports Illustrated, that's when he assaulted me. Jeffrey Epstein walked me into his office to be sexually assaulted by him.
Damn. All right. Got that. And then you sent this to me. Thank you for this catch. This just came out. And this is probably going to be the most damning part of this entire Epstein scandal. I would think if I were Democrats, I would be playing this audio all over the place. And this is from the Howard Stern show. So let's listen and judge. We listen and we judge on this show.
What is the best thing about being Donald Trump right now?
Well, other than the fact I'm married, okay?
Right.
And I'm very happily married. I have a great wife. But if I weren't married, I'd be able to get all of the girls I want, except for possibly Robin.
Do you think you could now be banging 24-year-olds?
Oh, absolutely. I have no trouble.
Would you do it?
I have no problem.
Yeah, do you have an age limit, or would you?
No, I have no age. I mean, I have an age. I don't want to be like
upper bracket,
Foley with 12-year-olds.
Can I make a prediction for you?
Yes.
I say you have one more marriage in you.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice. I'm sure Melania will love to hear that.
No.
It's disgusting.
He has no age limit.
He was so quick with that too.
The fact that he said 12 and not 18.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I wouldn't want to do something like with like a 12-year-old. Like, how does your brain go to 12?
Like, how is the line not 18, bro?
That's what I'm saying.
He was like, what, 40? No, more than that. He was 60, right? Because that was 2006, 20 years. So, yeah, he was about 60, 50. And he's talking about 12-year-olds? So that means, like, he draws the line at 12. 13's okay, 14's okay, 15, 16, 17. Right. Actual
12,
pedophile talk.
Right?
Like
12 years. These people are disgusting, okay? We have the most, and it's honestly gross that we've had 2 pedophile presidents now. 2. Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. Both did nasty things to kids as a result of their relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. There's no denying that. And the fact that we've had 2, not 1, but 2. And see, that's the problem with the right, is they won't call Donald Trump out on this shit. We have no problem calling out Bill Clinton for this. Like, I think he should be in prison where they treat child molesters properly. They don't like child molesters in prison. They do their own version of justice in there to people that harm children. So, yeah, I think it's just truly reprehensible.
But that's why it's so important the Epstein information is released.
Right.
Like, if there is stuff on Clinton or whomever, left or right, it doesn't fucking matter. This should be about the victims, and we should know who the perpetrators are, and we should absolutely excommunicate them from society. And that's why it's so important to get these Epstein files. And that's also why it's so important to Trump that they're not released, of course, because he's in them.
Yeah. So on top of this audio, let's play this video again. I showed this yesterday, but this was an unearthed by, I think Midas Touch was the one that got their hands on this video. But this was Donald Trump when he was running a beauty pageant that had girls as young as 14, I believe.
Yeah,
and they're sitting there walking in front of him, and he's quite literally just judging them while they're in bathing suits. It's disgusting.
The 58 contestants participated in an exhaustive round of personal interviews designed to help our judges discover what makes each one.
I new editing software. CapCut is destroyed right now.
Okay. Thank you very much, Amy.
The concentration was intense inside the judging room.
But if they don't like you as you are.
And out.
I'm just so excited.
See what I mean? The audio is delayed.
Each girl is considered not only for her beauty and poise, but also for her personality and that indefinable
something extra that makes a top model.
And we know for a fact that Donald Trump used to go into the dressing rooms to quote unquote inspect the
His own
females'
words.
bodies.
Also on Howard Stern, if I remember right.
Yep, that was also on Howard Stern. It's disgusting, man. I can't believe we're talking about this. Horrible.
Yeah,
Horrible.
and that tape was also in partnership, if I remember right, with the John Casablancas agency, which was a huge scandal at the time because that was just basically an actual Hollywood pedophile ring. They would just get these models and totally, casting couch them, basically.
Right.
And
no, I was gonna say you remember that story about where they were on the boat with all the older men and they were told to like just flirt with them and all that stuff. Like the Midas touch broke it. Yeah, these models would have a party and all these young girls would be dressed up as young as 14, without their parents around on a boat with a bunch of gross old men, for the specific purposes, allegedly, they say, for doing nasty things to them. So
I also don't get the parents. Like, that's the kind of shit that you would see your daughter wearing that, and you wouldn't let them go to prom in that shit.
Right.
Why in the fuck would you let them go to a panel of some 12 random ass ugly horny men? And it's just something is seriously wrong. Like this, and then those like under teen beauty pageant stuff that they have in the South. Something is seriously wrong with these people and the culture in those areas to think that is okay. But as much as they want to talk about grooming from the trans people and LGBTQ folks, what in the fuck was that?
Right.
What in the fuck did we just see? That was grooming.
No, I agree. That those Little Miss beauty pageants or whatever they are.
Yeah, they're like 10 or 8 or some shit. It's
right.
gross.
Because the right talks about sexualizing kids all the time. They say, oh, trans people are sexualizing kids, which that doesn't make any sense at all. When they got their daughters dressed up in full on like performance makeup, dresses they should not be in, doing dances in front of judges for
so gross. The boys did a parody of that, and I remember seeing that.
Yeah,
and I
was
was like,
Starlight.
What in the fuck?
That was
like, you know how you see a spider on the wall and you're like, kill it with fire. That's how I feel about the entire fucking South that does that kind of shit. Just burn it with fucking fire, dude. What is going on down there?
I don't know. Maybe it's natural selection will eventually take its course. So just to further prove our point that Donald Trump is a disgusting pervert, here's some more audio. This is from an Entertainment Tonight, I believe.
Did try and fuck her. She was married.
It's huge news there.
No, Nancy.
Yes,
this
the
was,
classics.
and I moved on her very heavily. In fact, I took her out furniture shopping. She wanted to get some furniture. I said, I'll show you where there's some nice furniture. I took her out furniture. I moved on her like a bitch, but I couldn't get there. And she was married. Then all of a sudden, I see her. She's now got the big phony tits and everything. She's totally changed her look. I got to use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, you can do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything.
Pull the hell.
Hello, how are you? Hi.
And the thing I've never understood is like Donald Trump is not a good-looking dude.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
He has money and he bullies people, and so the system. Again, if you have a prosecutor, right, or a judge, or any of these hard-charging law and order type people, they will throw the fucking book at a poor-ass homeless dude who steals a Snickers bar from a 7-Eleven.
Oh,
but they get Trump with money and his own lawyer, and they tuck tail and run immediately.
Oh, of course. Yeah, it's pathetic. So, but yeah, that's this is not going away. And I think Brina's right though. It's going to be Trump's downfall, and it's a shame that it's this downfall after he got elected.
Yeah, and like that footage there. The only person that got punished for that footage was what's his name, Elway Bush. What's his first fucking name? The Bush guy, whatever. He's the one of the Bush brothers. He went down, right? He got axed from the network over that tape. And then Trump, at the time, that was when the WikiLeaks, after that tape dropped, that's when WikiLeaks happened because they needed a distraction. And that's exactly what they're trying to do with this whole Obama shit over the Epstein. It's a hoax. And you can't fall for it. And again, the Democrats had an opportunity to use all of this in 2016. They could have stopped us from ever having to go down this fascist road with all these kidnappings and all the wars and all the drone strikes that Trump has been doing and all the COVID deaths, the economic crashes. They could have stopped it if they had actually fought. But the thing is, they're complicit.
Yeah.
Because Clinton is a creep. He's always been a creep. And they were too chicken shit to say, yeah, Trump is a creep, he's a pervert, he's a pedophile, because they didn't want to get in a tit for tat of that. Well, also Bill Clinton. Okay, Clinton's not running, you are. And they wouldn't fight. And that is always the problem with the Democrats, is they won't fight.
I agree. Sometimes you got to fight dirty, especially if you're playing or if you're fighting against people that don't play by the rules. They make up their own rules. You can't play by the rules against somebody like that. Like, if there's rules, both people have to follow it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and if someone's going to throw sand in your eye, kick him in the balls. Like, don't play by the
I was
fucking
going to say,
rules.
kick him in the nuts.
Yeah, don't play by the fucking rules.
No, man, we're tired of you playing by the rules, Dems. But I'm honestly losing a lot of hope in our entire government, because the amount of people that AIPAC has funded is insane. And even AOC recently voted to continue to fund Israel. Yeah. I think only 4 Democrats or 4 people voted against sending more funds to Israel. I'm like,
she had a really lame excuse.
Read the fucking room, people. Like, we are done with Israel. Most of the world is now completely over Israel and sees them for what they are. But apparently America is once again behind the times with this shit. You know what I mean? We're just slow. We're dumb as fuck in this country. So apparently we're just going to continue funding terrorists. Jesus Christ. And yes, these Zionists are terrorists. So
look at what they're doing in the West Bank, the settler terrorism. It's exactly what it is.
Exactly what it is. So, all right, moving on. You just brought it up. The Obama hoax. Or the Russia hoax, anyway, Obama's in trouble
with this Obama hoax. How many times is this sumbitch going to come after me?
Right. So, you know what's funny?
I'm still a free man.
Bro, they have already shifted away online. They've already shifted away from the Epstein because I feel like they don't want to talk about it because obviously it makes them look like pedophile supporters or enablers. So it's a distraction that they're very happy about because this is something they could follow because the boogeyman, Obama, is back. He's the bad guy again. Unfortunately, and MAGA hates me when I point things out, but I'm like, y'all realize the Supreme Court gave all presidents immunity, not just Donald Trump. So you can't prosecute Donald Trump. Like, has his cabinet completely forgot about the SCOTUS ruling that just happened like a few months back? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are they going to accomplish? What are they going to accomplish? Obama has immunity, just like Donald Trump does, from official acts. And he was president in December before Donald Trump took office. So this would be considered an official act. So he's immune. Period.
100%. And again, if there was any spine in the Democratic Party, Obama would be going on every fucking news show and be up there. You know, the reason that we are here again is because Donald Trump is a pedophile. And he is on tape with Epstein. I am not. You will never see a single tape of me with Epstein. But this Trump guy, he can't go away from him. He's always in the videos, always in the pictures, always with Epstein. And you don't want to know what they got up to, but I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you right now. And if this is what they need to do, he needs to get out there. And you can't stay silent on something like this because then the conspiracy vacuum just fills the void. With all a bunch of bullshit. So he needs to get out there and he needs to be talking about this.
They're trying very hard. I have a couple clips we can watch. The first is from a guy named Tom Fitton. Who does not fit in his shirts. He wears he wears shirt and tie that's like children's size. I hate when people do this. But anyway, Tom Fitton is giving Donald Trump a lot of legal advice. There's only one problem. He's not a lawyer. No, and he runs an organization called Judicial Watch, and they've tried to sue so many people so many times, and they fail almost every single time. And Obama and Hillary Clinton were their targets previously. But here's Tom Fitton, again, who is not a lawyer, but still gives Donald Trump legal advice, talking about this new conspiracy.
Judicial Watch protected Trump and our republic from the worst corruption scandal in American history by exposing the FISA abuse, the Comey corruption, and the seditious conspiracy against Trump by the FBI and DOJ.
That is a lot of
Obama
makeup.
knew, Clinton knew, Comey knew, Biden knew, Brennan knew, McCabe knew, Strzok knew, Clapper knew, Schiff knew, the FBI knew, the DOJ knew, the CIA knew, the State Department knew. They all knew Trump was innocent, but they smeared and spied on him anyway. Worse than Watergate. Trump is a crime victim. Let's remember that.
Crime victim.
You would just say victim. What the fuck?
A crime victim.
He is a homicide survivor. What? No, he didn't survive. It's a homicide. That means he died.
That died, but this is the guy giving Donald Trump legal advice. Man. It's so funny. Yeah, and he speaks at places like CPAC and all that stuff. Yeah, but also Fox News, Jesse Waters. Can't forget about Donald Trump's favorite propagandist. This guy, God, when you picture bootlicker, don't you just picture Jesse Waters?
Yeah,
his face. I mean, because he looks like he just, yes, sir, Donald Trump. Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you. Please, please let me lie for you some more, sir. So, he can't wait to spread this one. And holy shit, they're laying it on thick. And if you believe this, like, God help you, somebody help you. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You've already forgotten about the fact that Donald Trump is all over the Epstein files. And you're already moving on to this Obama thing. It's pathetic. It is truly pathetic how they're professional goalpost movers is what they are. But here's Jesse Waters, doing his thing.
Book, and it turns out Barack knew the Russia hoax was a hoax all along, but pushed it anyway to sabotage the Trump presidency. DNI Tulsi Gabbard declassifying pages and pages of documents showing Obama's intel guys briefed him just weeks after the 2016 election that the Russians didn't actually sway the election. Quote, we assessed that Russian and criminal actors did not impact the recent U.S. election results. Criminal activity also failed to reach the scale and sophistication necessary to change election outcomes. But Obama just couldn't accept that. So he and his staff instructed intel agencies to cook up new reports to support Russia collusion. Quote,
why?
After the meetings, Clapper's executive assistant emailed intelligence community leaders, tasking them to create a new intelligence community assessment per the president's request that detailed the tools Moscow used and actions it took to influence the 2016 election. Tulsi Gabbard described what she found as a conspiracy to subvert the will of the American people. And she says the people involved should be prosecuted. And
this is actual fake news because Trump's own son was in communication with Russia and they were promising blackmail saying, if it's what you say it is, I love it.
It's
and
been
every
proven in
single
court.
report, every single report that has ever come out said that, yes, there was Russian interference. They didn't hack the machines, which, of course, that was never the accusation. It has always been that they interfered. They used hacked materials to sway the electorate and to use social media to create these clashes and fights. And it's total fake news. And again, if Obama had any fucking balls, he'd be out there right now suing for defamation.
Right. This is a blatant lie. It's 100%.
Full fake news.
But I don't understand. I don't understand the spin though. Like, why would Obama go after Trump? Why would Obama sabotage Trump's presidency? He didn't lose to Donald Trump. He was finishing his second term and leaving.
Yep.
He had no stake in the game. Why would he even go after Donald Trump? Just because? I don't understand why they're even pushing this narrative. It doesn't make sense to me.
It's just the distraction because they know the base hates Obama, so they have to pull out all the hits, right? All the classics, AC/DC. You want to hear him play TNT, you want to hear him play Highway to Hell, right? That's what they're doing.
Yeah, and I have that post he was talking about.
Reason and use their power will be held accountable. Yeah, they have to push back on this. And if Obama is just going to do his thing where he just hides out in fucking Martha's Vineyard or whatever, this is going to become the accepted narrative, and it can't. It can't.
Yeah.
He needs to go out there and again be talking about this is here because of the Epstein scandal.
Right. But again, this happened allegedly on December 9th. They're saying even Marjorie Taylor Greene calling it treason. Treason, okay?
When the actual treason was by Trump for colluding with Russia in the beginning.
Right. And Donald Trump is out there posting, nobody's above the law. The president is above the law because the Supreme Court said so. You can't prosecute that. You can't. For some reason, these idiots seem to think that the Supreme Court ruling only applies to Trump, that he's immune under official acts. It's like they don't even think it applies universally to every president.
Yeah. Yep.
God, these people are dumb.
Katz Amanda and Friends is saying it correct. It's all projection and distraction. They're 100%. And this is also why I'm not sold on the whole like Rupert Murdoch thing. This is an actual split because when Fox fake news is doing shit like that, you know that they're still in Trump's pocket. When it's the other way, when they're not doing shit like that, when they're pushing the Epstein files more, then I'll be, I think we're further down that road.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point because they're still reporting in his favor.
Yeah.
Right now. I mean, that clip was just from a day or two ago, I believe.
Yeah.
I want to see what Donald Trump's posting on True Social. See what he's freaking out about today. But this is one of the posts he has on here. This is Tulsi Gabbard, who is quite literally a Russian asset. And that's according to Russian state media. They call her one of ours.
Mm-hmm.
That is who runs our intelligence. I guarantee Russia has all our information. Fuck.
Intelligence community professionals, as you say, had been assessing for the previous 6 months leading up to the election, which was that Russia neither had the intent nor capability to essentially hack the outcome of the U.S. election. As you said, President Obama's political appointees pulled that document before it could be published, and it has not been published until we released it today. And the very next day after they pulled that document, President Obama called the National Security Council cabinet meeting to discuss how Russia interfered with the election. Again, this is the first week of December 9th, President Trump had already won. Correct.
Yeah, this was in the Senate Intel report. It was in the House Intel report. It was in the Mueller report. Every single Intel agency came across the same conclusion that they did not change the vote tally. They simply interfered with the election and pushed fake news.
Right. Influencing, like creating entire bot farms.
Yeah.
To literally change the overall perception of something is interference. That's interfering with an election. If you're spreading propaganda specifically targeted at stupid people that are going to believe it, that's interfering. They are allowed to vote. That's interfering with an election. It doesn't have to be they're hacking the voting systems and shit like that. This is another form of interference.
Yeah,
and this is something that Russia is always good at.
And even when Trump had when Trump committed treason and he had a hostile enemy nation in Russia against America, he still couldn't win the popular vote. How fucking bad are the Democrats to have lost that? And then they come back around full circle and they put up Kamala, who runs the most piss poor centrist milquetoast campaign when people are really pissed off and wanting change. And she loses the popular vote. Every single time the Democrats get weaker and weaker and weaker.
I still don't buy that she lost, though. I'm sorry.
We need to follow up on that story about those.
We're gonna have smart elections and Election Truth Alliance back on the show. Perfect. I'm actually talking with Brandy, and we're gonna set a date here for like mid-August. So we're definitely gonna be. We're definitely following up on that story because there are too many
100%
irregularities.
How could people vote for I think it was Wisconsin and Michigan and Pennsylvania North Carolina voted for a Democratic. Not Pennsylvania, but those other states, the battleground states, voted for Democratic governors, but then they voted for a Republican president. What the fuck
it doesn't make any sense. I agree.
Makes no sense.
And for some reason, in our state, and I'm totally going to forget, Governor Shapiro.
Yeah,
he has yet to take any interest in this, and I just don't.
He's a centrist,
and I'm not saying I think it was hacked and all that stuff. Like, something doesn't, it bothers me. Like the whole all 7 swing states, all 7, really? You know, Obama did it. You know how Donald Trump likes to beat Obama. Well, Obama did it. You know what I mean? But the last Republican president to win all 7 swing states was Ronald Reagan. And I just don't buy that Donald Trump had the ability, because we saw it with our own eyes, though. Like people, when the Venmo payments hit, Donald Trump's freaking rallies were half empty because everybody left. You could see the moment that like just all the people leave, and that's because they were putting Craigslist ads and paying people to show up. That was real. That really happened. But Kamala Harris was filling stadiums. So like, they're telling me not to believe my own eyes, and I have a hard time doing that. You know what I mean?
All the voter enthusiasm consistently showed that voter enthusiasm among Democrats was far higher than Republicans at the time. And then the Republicans on voting day were shitting their pants because like Charlie Kirk and Jack Posobiec and all these other MAGA terrorists were out there saying, get your friends and get them to the polls because we're not seeing the turnout that we need. So why are they freaking out and then suddenly they win every single state? It just doesn't add up.
It doesn't, and I'm not trying to be all conspiratory, but you know what I mean? It just doesn't add up. It doesn't, the math ain't mathing.
Yeah, for real.
For real. Jinx. All right. Anyway, let's go over to see what Donald Trump's ranting about on True Social. I'm sure it's good. Oh, look, an hour ago, Obama stuff. Obama. Obama doesn't have to do anything to bother Donald Trump. He just does. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the existence of Obama bothers Donald Trump. So Obama himself manufactured the Russia hoax. Crooked Hillary, Sleepy Joe, and numerous others participated in this. The crime of the century. Irrefutable evidence. A major threat to our country. Which, again, you can't prosecute them, though, because...
My Pillow has an ad. Of course it does.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's always My Pillow ads on here, in between the ivermectin ads. Jesus. And gold, Trump gold. Let's see what else is on here. Oh, okay. Promises made, promises kept.
That is such Nazi shit. Seal the border and stop the migrant invasion. It's just flat out Nazism.
Greatest success, and like, why does he capitalize random words?
It's so weird. And
one of the greatest capital G success capital. Like, seriously, this is insanity.
Border, Jesus, it's weird. He's just, yeah.
Congratulations, Pam Bondi, Kristi Noem, Tom Homan, Rodney Scott, Pete Hegseth, blah blah blah. I'm trying to see what. Oh, more My Pillow ads. More My Pillow ads.
Off.
Yep. The Genius Act.
And here's the other thing, the Genius Act. Now you've got John Ossoff going out there trying to talk about the Epstein shit, trying to make a name for himself, pushing this issue. This motherfucker voted for the Genius Act. He voted to censure Al Green. He voted for Marco Rubio. He voted for, I think his name is Tom Collins. He voted for Trump many times, and he's out there and he thinks he wants to be the leader. Ossoff is a snake, just like Newsom, and we need to stop them from ever getting close to the presidency.
Right? 6 months of winning, baby. I don't know if he has the same definition of winning as the rest of us, but I don't think this is what you call winning. Wow, dude, this is the rantings of a delusional person. Oh, Adam Schiff. Adam Schiff is another person. Falsified loan documents is now what they're saying. Oh, my God. Hold up. I think I found something up top here about it, too.
I want to come back to Adam Schiff, though, when we find this, because that's another...
No, go ahead.
Well, with Adam Schiff, it's the same thing. Like, Adam Schiff voted for so many of Trump's nominees. So many of them. He's voted for multiple Trump bills as well. And look at the reward he gets. You want to do this shit in the spirit of bipartisanship? Tell me something, Adam Schiff, you fucking uncooked macaroni of a personality. When was the last fucking time you had some bipartisanship coming your way? You haven't. You are accomplishing nothing by playing fair. Get in there, put on some brass knuckles, and fight back, you little pansy.
I agree. Again, I don't know, man. Like I said, I've lost faith in a lot of our government.
Yeah,
after the recent revelations with AIPAC and the fact that they're just all beholden to Israel. Bible Belt Darlin. Jesus Christ. This app is so weird, man. You want to talk about like the weirdest of the weirdest?
They're so obsessed with IQ. It's weird.
Isn't that? Wasn't he also? All right, never mind. Yeah, you guys don't go on True Social if you don't.
It'll break your brain.
It will. It's honestly rage bait, most of it, but most of it's just propaganda. There's nothing true about Truth Social. Almost everything on here is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And there is no way to get banned on. I've tried for over a year to get banned on this app. I have posted the most obscene stuff, calling MAGA the most horrible names, trolling Donald Trump, that I honestly gave up. I'm convinced that you just can't get banned on this platform, and they don't even have a moderation team. It's such a shit app.
Probably don't. Yeah.
And it's like X-Chan.
Just post the Epstein stuff every single day. Just do it every day.
Right? It's not going away. I think it's fair to say that Epstein stuff is going to stay around regardless of what distraction they throw out there, because the majority of the country, even people now that have not voted, are starting to find out about this Epstein stuff. Like, I got friends of mine that have nothing to do with politics or activism or anything like that. So, asking me questions about this whole Epstein stuff. I'm like, yeah, it's been kind of a thing for a long time. You know what I mean? But you're right. It's a shame that the Republicans are so reactive. It's like they know these things are there, but they don't do anything about it until after it all comes out. And now they're like, oh my God, we got to clean this up.
Yep.
So this will be the downfall of Donald Trump, I think, between the Rupert Murdoch turning on him. Maybe, who knows? Like you said, it all could be a ploy. It could be by design. It could be by design. Like I said, they don't need him anymore.
I don't think it's necessarily a ploy or by design. I think Trump is just doing Trump shit, throwing a tantrum. So he throws shit at the wall to see what sticks, and then he just wants a court win, and he wants the Wall Street Journal to settle. So the thing to keep an eye on is to see what Rupert Murdoch does, if he hires people that are ready to fight, or if he's going to hire people that are going to settle, because that'll really be an indicator of what the future will hold between those two's relationship.
From what I've heard, Rupert Murdoch, as of right now, has no intentions of settling. And
he shouldn't. I mean, the law and the facts are on his side, and discovery is going to be very bad because this specifically relates to Epstein. Yeah, and the defense can do just about anything and everything, and they can find just about anything and everything that they try.
No, I agree. And Epstein, discovery would be the worst possible outcome for Donald Trump. That's when you find out the dirty, nasty details of all of this. That's when all the secrets come out. And let's not forget about the birthday card thing now with Donald Trump and Epstein. He's like, I've never drawn anything ever in my life.
And then he said that, never. And then on the card, didn't it say to another year of our secrets or something?
Yeah, it had something to do with secrets. And it was he drew a woman with the boobs, and the pubic hair was his signature.
And I mean, how much more clear could it be between that, a year of more secrets, and then him specifically saying that he likes Epstein because he likes women on the younger side? It could not be more. And again, if this were any Democrat that had ever said that, Republicans would immediately call them a pedo on even less evidence. And here we are trying to push this story, and the corporate Democrats won't do shit about it.
Right. And the
corporate Schumer? Where's Pelosi?
No, I agree.
Where's Jeffries?
They're all useless. Oh, don't get me started on Hakeem Jeffries.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, he is well funded by Israel. Jesus.
Yeah. That's why he's being quiet.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah, that's why they keep funding him. So a lot more coming in on the Epstein front. It's not going to end well for Donald Trump. Let's see if it is a ploy by Rupert Murdoch just to get Donald Trump to play ball. You're right, though. They are still in his favor on Fox News, which of course is owned by Rupert Murdoch. But yeah, if this trial doesn't go away and Donald Trump wants to try and bully his way through it like he always does, I can't believe it's going to be Rupert Murdoch going to be the one that stands up to him. You know what I mean? The guy that was on his side has been on his side the entire time. all these other networks could have stood up to Donald Trump and be like, all right, let's go to trial. But no, they didn't.
Yep.
They paid him like little bitches. You know what I mean? Even
And
though they
ABC
had
is still getting screwed.
no case.
Yeah.
But whatever. But yeah, MAGA world has completely forgotten that all presidents have immunity, including Obama. Okay, whether you like him or not. Okay, does the Supreme Court ruling does not just apply to Donald Trump, but yeah, this Epstein thing, those were not the Epstein things were not official acts. Let's see how much comes out about Donald Trump. Let's see if he can serve, because he has been bulletproof up to this point. I mean, this guy has been scandal after scandal after scandal and has been untouched by most of it. You know what I mean? But this Epstein thing really seems to be the thing. Hopefully that brings him down.
Yeah.
And again, this could have all came out before the election, and we could not be in this situation right now. But again, America is dumb. There's no other way to put it. A lot of people believed a lot of fake information and then called. I don't know how they did it. They managed to manipulate the entire population, or at least MAGA, into believing bullshit, fake, obviously fake stuff, and then convincing them that the real news and the real sources are the propaganda. I'm honestly kind of impressed how they were able to do that with such a large portion of our population.
Yeah.
That is by design. That is definitely by design.
That's pure fascism.
Yeah. I have a video clip that I want to find. I saw a little bit of it today on TikTok, but I want to find the original clip where it talks about how Donald Trump would be the perfect mark if Russia were to, because we all call him Agent Krasnov for a reason. But it explains why Russia would have targeted someone like Donald Trump, who was failing miserably. And he's been think about it. He's failed at every business he's ever had. He's been propped up by Russian money most of his career. You know what I mean? You don't file bankruptcy that many times and lose that many businesses. Quite literally, almost every business he's ever owned has been a failure. You don't continue to be a billionaire and fail at everything that you do. It doesn't make sense. So he's propped up. He's been propped up his entire life. They saw a struggling businessman who was easily influenced, who would push their agenda, and who was also interested, dabbling in politics, and they went for it. And then now we have Donald Trump as president. So that's all we have for today. James, thank you for joining me. I know we ran a little bit over there. I know Rufus gets mad when we go over an hour. For those of you guys that where is Rufus anyway? I can hear my cat clawing at my door too, so that must be my cue. Thanks for watching, you guys. Mike and we'll be back on tomorrow night at 9:00. And I also have a couple big things planned. Like I said, we have the Election Truth Alliance and Smart Elections episode coming up. I'm also talking to the head organizer for 5051 for Pennsylvania. There is a big protest nationwide going on to August 2nd. Is going to be the next one. I know there's also a big event on the 27th in DC. So I'm trying to get as much in as I can as far as IRL streams now that we've really figured it out. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on all that. But other than that, have a good rest of your night. We'll see you tomorrow night at 9:00. Love you all.
The Derp State.
Yep. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share this video on other platforms, comment as much as you can. Comment after the stream is over too, because your comments from the stream do not transfer over. So any interactions after the fact helps as well. Okay. Love you guys. Have a good night. Thank you so much for watching.